So welcome back to the Laguna Real Estate Noosa Festival of Surfing 2018. We're here in the NevHouse with actually one of my personal heroes. Dare I say, I'm going to start blushing in a minute, but Mr. Mark Cunningham. His mother was a dolphin apparently, as the rumour goes. An absolutely legendary waterman and body surfer, and he joined us this weekend for the Garage Hand Planes Body Bash on the weekend, but he's spending all week with us. So Mark, how's your time in Noosa been so far?
Excellent. I have the best time here. I've joked with some of the surfers. I have no idea why you Australian surfers come to Hawaii. Your waves, your food, your points are just incredible. And having a great time. Thank you.
Now, I remember one of the first times you came out was during the legendary swell of 2014. We had incredible waves all the way around the points, and that was Mark's first introduction. And he came out in a few of the smaller years in between. Was that a disappointment? Did you think you just fluked it the first year?
No. I've been around the ocean long enough to realize, sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. But I'll keep coming back here as often as I can. We do not have points like this on my island back home. We sort of have Makaha point surf. Sunset might be called a point, but few and far between. But just this clean perfection that you have here at Noosa is a treasure.
Now, as I mentioned before, the Garage Hand Planes Body Bash was last weekend. You stuck around all week. As a body surfer, you don't actually stand up on boards, or you don't use boards at all. But you're still here. So is the festival to you a lot more than just standing up on boards? Have you got an appreciation for all surfing?
Very much so, Thomas. I started off as a board surfer, and I was really bad at it. And it was before leashes and boards were the designs. It was that transition era when they're stripping down longboards. So I like to blame the bad quality of the boards and the lack of leash. Needless to say, I was swimming and body surfing after my board quite a bit. But I still love to board surf. And there's just so much history and stoke here. Hanging around with Rusty, Simon Anderson, Peter Townend, and talking story with Phil. It just goes on. And I just love surfing dearly. I'm a huge fan of it. And, there's a lot of history and tradition right here.
Now, of course, Hawaii is the birthplace of surfing, and surf culture is embedded in the DNA of the locals. How do you think it compares to Noosa? Are there any contrasts, or alternatively, are there any similarities that you find from place to place?
You guys here are so stoked on surfing. I just can't even get over it. Talk about being in the DNA. I mean, what's in the water around here? It's like everyone's got a board under their arm. Everyone's huffing it out to the point to catch a couple. The percentage of the population who are riding waves here in Australia has to be 2 to 3 times what it is back home. I'm not kidding.
Fantastic. So maybe we've got one up on Hawaii, who can say. And you, just lastly, you mentioned a little session that you've just had round at one of our further points, Tea Tree. You're looking a little bit jaded. How did you go around there?
Why didn't anyone warn this old lifeguard about the currents out there? Good Lord. It's just whipping like a river around the point. I guess that'll happen at low tide. But I kicked and I kicked and I kicked and I kicked, and I kind of stayed in the same place, if not got pulled backwards. But what a workout. And but I got a couple of long ones, long rides, once again, on point surf that we don't have in Hawaii. So it was worth it.
Fantastic. Mark Cunningham, thank you very much for joining me. Stay with us. We've got the SwellNet Every Heat Live webcast beaming all around the world. And we've got another few days left of pure stoke. The swell's pumping up again tomorrow, and we'll be with you for every single ripple. Thank you.